joining us here today. Of course, in a sec, you're going to hear from our Senator, Kelly Loeffler. And Senator, we were proud, my wife and I, to vote for you a couple weeks ago, early voting. We're very excited about Tuesday, getting out Tuesday and finishing the job and sending you back to D.C. to keep fighting for us. On a personal level, I counted. This is the 4th time she has come to McDonough in the last 3 months. And so, if nothing else, I don't think we've ever had a U.S. Senator cared this much about Henry County before. So proud to have you, proud to support you here. Now we have a special guest with us today. I just got a chance to meet out back. Another powerful leader at the national level for us, all the way from South Dakota. And so, and I was told it's pronounced Noem, right? Noem, Governor Noem. So Governor Noem served in the House of Representatives in the State House in South Dakota, then went on to serve as Congresswoman for South Dakota, an at-large seat, and now is about to start her 3rd year as governor of the great state of South Dakota. And she cares so much about this country, believes so much in our Senator Kelly Loeffler and Senator David Perdue that she came all the way down here to support them in this election. Y'all, please give a big McDonough welcome to Governor Noem.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Well, good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you, Brian. That was absolutely wonderful. So my name's Christy, and I'm from South Dakota, and let's all have an honest conversation, should we? You people had no idea who I was a year ago, did you? The only reason you know who I am today is because the liberals have been busy beating me up for every single decision that I've been making for my people in South Dakota. Yep, they've been telling me I've been reckless, irresponsible. But listen, my people are happy. They are happy because they're free. Yep. So everywhere I've been in Georgia, people keep asking me, Christy, what are you doing in Georgia? Why are you here? Listen, the reason that I'm here is because the decision that you will make on Tuesday, it impacts Georgia, but it also impacts South Dakota. It impacts this entire country. It is historic in the fact that leadership has consequences. And we're seeing that across this country in every single state. Every one of these governors is giving you the exact example of the difference between Republicans and Democrats. The difference between Kelly and Warnock. It is all about our freedom. It is all about the fact that in 2020 we saw unprecedented attacks on our freedoms. We saw the media tell us that we didn't have the freedom of speech. If we said the wrong thing that they didn't agree with, they would silence us, ban us, filter us. We saw attacks on our right to assemble. They told us we couldn't meet with people, be with people that we love, spend time with them. We've seen attacks on our freedom of religion. We can't go to church. We need people who understand how cherished and valued our freedoms are, how important our liberty is. Now in South Dakota, when we were going through COVID-19, I talked to my people and I told them I trust them. I was going to give them all the information that I had. I was going to give them all the facts and the data and the science, but that I was going to let them use personal responsibility to take care of their families and let them make sure that they not only could take care of their family's health, but also put food on the table and a roof over their heads. What we did in South Dakota was essentially the Republican platform. We did. We talk about it all the time as conservatives, what we believe. We just did it. That's what Kelly does. Every day when she goes to Washington and she fights for Georgia, she does what she says she believes, and she shows it to the people of this country. She goes there and never loses sight of you. She is the American dream. She grew up working, average everyday family on a farm, and was successful and now wants that for every single person that lives in this great country. But listen, because leadership has consequences, it matters who wins on Tuesday. It matters that she's the one there fighting for you each and every day. I've been telling folks this is not just about our Constitution. It's not just about liberty. It's also about what does your life look like a year from now if you elect the wrong person. If Warnock ends up out there, you're going to have less money in your pockets. For every mom and family across this country, we're going to have $4 or $5 gasoline again. They've already said that they're going to attack our energy supply. We're going to have more regulation. Your food will cost more on the grocery store shelves, and we will be less safe. There is no mother in this country that wants to raise her children on the streets of Portland today or Seattle. And that's because of a consequence of Democratic leadership and the things that Warnock says he believes in. So listen, I was here the night of Kelly's debate. Didn't she do a fantastic job? I was sitting there watching it and blown out of the water by the fact that several times she gave him the opportunity to denounce Marxism, to denounce socialism, and he refused to do it. That should tell you everything that you need to know. Everything you need to know about what this race is about. So I'm going to ask you to do something, okay? Before I introduce Kelly, I'm going to ask you to do something. We live in a country that's addicted to being offended. We love to be offended by each other, don't we? Just everything that gets said, oh my gosh, that's so offensive. I can't believe they just said that. And you have people in your life that you've quit talking to. That because you think they're so different from you, they believe such different values, they believe so differently for their families, that you just, because they're family, because they're people that you know, you've written them off and decided not to talk to them again because they've offended you. I want you to get over yourselves. I do. I really need you to get over yourselves. This election's too important. Now, I've never made a better decision when I've been angry or emotional. And it seems like if you turn on the TV or you listen to the news, everything about this election is angry and emotional. And we need to take that out of it. What we need to do is go up to people that we've written off and ask them who they're voting for and why. And then listen. Nobody feels like anybody's listening to them anymore. Let them know that they've been heard and then give them the facts of what will happen if they vote for the wrong person on Tuesday, if they don't send Kelly back there. They need to support her because this is how their life will be better. This is how their families become more successful. So I need you today, when you leave here, whatever you're doing, I don't know where you're going. Maybe you're going to go fill your car with gas. When you're at the gas station, there are people pumping gas around you. I want you to go up to them and ask them who they're voting for and why. And then listen to them. And then give them the facts of the difference in the candidates. Maybe you're going to go get groceries. When you go to the grocery store, you're walking down the aisles, you're in the checkout lane. Nobody's going anywhere fast, right? In grocery stores these days. Ask them who they're voting for and why. It's very, very important that we do that. I grew up with a dad who was a cowboy, and I want to thank you for the token cowboy hat in the crowd. That always makes me feel better. I always look for at least a cowboy hat. But my dad was tough, and he worked hard all the time. But the way he woke us kids up every single morning was by yelling up the stairs, "Get up! More people die in bed than anywhere else." So you're going to get tired the next few days, and there's going to be mornings where you're not going to want to get out of bed, but I'm going to tell you, you need to get up. Because more people die in bed than anywhere else, and I need you out on the streets telling people to vote for Kelly. Spend every moment of every day making sure that we have everybody at the polls voting. That they're voting for David, they're voting for Kelly, and they're doing it for our future. Not just the future 10 years from now, but the future 6 months from now. Listen, if we don't win these Senate seats, the deciding vote in the Senate is going to be Kamala Harris, the most extreme liberal senator that we have. We don't want that individual breaking ties in the Senate on the most controversial pieces of legislation in this country. We just don't. So go talk to people, visit with them, don't get offended, listen, give them the facts, and don't stop working because our country needs Kelly and we need her now, all right? Now let me introduce to you somebody that I have been impressed with ever since I first heard her name and started doing research on her. I was so happy with the fact that we had someone with business knowledge and understanding about what makes America special that actually wanted to go to D.C. and fight to create more opportunities for this country and to build stronger families. So let's give a round of applause for your continuing and next U.S. Senator, Kelly Loeffler. Invite her to come on up here. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Christy. My goodness, it's such an honor to be here with you. You know, my dad was a cowboy too. My parents met at a rodeo, so I'm glad to know that about you. Look, I have a really important question for you, Henry County. By the way, I love being in Henry County. I want to come back over and over. But first, I have a question for you. Are you ready to show America that Georgia's a red state? Yes! All right, we got to get that done. Are you ready to keep fighting for President Trump? Yes! All right, we got work to do. We got to give him a warm Peach State welcome tomorrow night to Dalton. Anyone going up tomorrow night? All right, I'll see you there. All right, but we got work to do. This is going to be a busy 3 days, okay, y'all? You just heard Christy. She told you what we need to do. We need to make sure everyone's turning out to vote. That's why the president's coming. That's what he said last time he was here. He said, you got to get out and exercise your right to vote. You got to vote for David and Kelly. Because you know why? This battleground might be here in Georgia, but the nation's depending on us. We're the firewall to stopping socialism. We know that because we heard Chuck Schumer say, now we take Georgia, then we change America. Well, that's frightening because you know what he wants to do? He wants to raise taxes on you. $4 trillion in taxes on hard-working Americans. Right here in Georgia, every family, $2,000 off the bat, goodbye, up to the federal government, making it bigger, making your life harder, making government bigger, more bureaucracy, red tape, Green New Deal, socialized health care, turning your doctor's office into the DMV. No thanks. We got to hold the line right here, right? Are you with me holding the line? Okay, that's right. We're going to hold the line. You know, and it's not just destroying the American dream. It's shredding the very fabric of this country. This country would be unrecognizable because, you know, he would fundamentally change this country forever if his radical agent of change, radical liberal Raphael Warnock, won this race. I know you're not going to let that happen, but you have to understand who this guy is, and you don't even have to take my word for it. You can hear him in his own words. He called our police officers gangsters, thugs, bullies, and a threat to our children. Yeah. And during our debate, I knew those were hurtful, divisive words, so I said, do you want to apologize for that? And he declined to apologize. I say, God bless our men and women of law enforcement. They put it on the line for us every day. That's why we're able to do this right now. And look, he went further. He said that you can't serve God and serve in the military. He attacked those that hold the line for us around the world. I'm the daughter and granddaughter of veterans. I serve on the Veterans Affairs Committee. I know that's not true. I say God bless our military and God bless our veterans. Thank you so much for your service. You know, and it's not just the things he said, it's the things that he won't say. So I asked him about socialism and Marxism. I said, just to be clear, for all Georgians, because you wrote a book and mentioned Marxism 100 times, could you just denounce Marxism and socialism here and now? Declined to do it. But there's more. I asked him about his involvement in obstructing an arrest, in being arrested for obstructing a child abuse investigation. He declined to talk about it. Look, Georgians have a right to know, and, you know, I think that's disqualifying if you won't answer those questions. That's very serious. And my heart goes out to the victim of that camp that came forward. That camp got shut down, thankfully. But look, we have to hold him accountable to answer for that. But there's more. He would be Chuck Schumer's rubber stamp for ideas, radical policies that would hurt your everyday life. Not just high taxes, not just open borders, not just Green New Deal, but he would help abolish the filibuster, which takes away the voice of the minority in the Senate. They would add DC statehood, abolish the Electoral College. I mean, he would fundamentally change this country. Once we change it, we don't get it back. It's impossible to get it back. We cannot take it for granted. That's why President Trump's coming here tomorrow night. We have to get out and vote because the entire country is counting on us. So look, here's another thing. You know, David Perdue and I are not politicians, okay? We're business people. Thank you. Let's hear it for business, especially small businesses like Grits. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. That's what David and I have been fighting for in Washington. Look, we've signed the front of a paycheck. We know what it means to create jobs. Oops. know that the fastest way to radicalize our kids is through the schools. We need school choice for our children. That's right. This is about our kids. This is about school choice. Democrats don't want school choice. I say we have to protect religious school, homeschool, vocational school. I'm a product of public schools. I know what my education meant to me, getting off the farm, being able to make my way in the world and succeed. I want that for every single child here in Georgia. We're going to keep fighting for it. We also have to make sure that health care is affordable and accessible because Obamacare has failed us right here in Georgia. 130,000 Georgians have lost health care because they can't afford it. Deductibles and premiums are way too high. We have to make sure that we're finding the best private sector solutions and not government-run health care where they want to bankrupt Medicare and bankrupt our families. So we're going to keep fighting for that. But we're also fighting for conservative values. At no time that I've seen in my lifetime are our constitutional, our God-given rights under attack. Speaking of religious freedom, okay, that's what's on the ballot January 5th. The Second Amendment is on the ballot January 5th. Tuesday, 2 days from now. Can I see, has anyone voted here yet? Oh, you're beautiful. Yeah, me too. All right, who's going out to vote Tuesday and who's taking friends? All right, no one votes alone here, right? Good Republicans don't vote alone. We got to make sure we get out because make no mistake, we are in the battle of our lifetime and the eyes of the nation are on us, Georgia. We got to get this done. So here's what I need you to do. My good friend Marsha Blackburn has a great saying. We need to call our friends and families and call them repeatedly and make sure they're voting. 5 calls a day keeps the liberals away. Okay? 5 calls a day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Pick out the 15 people that you're going to call, text, or email and make sure. Help them. If you've already voted, it's great. You can help someone else get to the polls. We got to get it done. We got to get it done for the president. We got to get it done for the country. We got to get it done for this great state. And I just want to say thank you for being here. You're great patriots. May God bless you. May God bless Georgia. May God bless America. Thank you so much.
Cajun hideaway.